Good morning, children. Welcome to English Explanatory class. Children, our exams are over. Now we have to start our studies again. Today we are going to start a new chapter. Actually, it's the first poem of our Wordsworth English Reader book. Now you can guess the name of the poem. Yes, the name of the poem is The Coming of Spring. Can you tell me what is a poem and why do we read a poem? Poem is a beautiful way of enjoying words in a rhyme and rhythm. A poet expresses his ideas, emotions, and his thoughts with the help of a poem. Now, who is a poet? A poet is a person who creates poetries. Okay? Today we will read a poem about nature and it's a poem on season. We know all seasons are beautiful in their own way. In this poem we will read why spring is so special. First we will read the poem. After that we will discuss. Take out your English Reader book, page number 21. Let's start. How do I know that spring is here? Because the world is full of happiness and cheer. The beautiful roses, lilies and daffodils peep out of everyone's window sills. The grass starts getting soft and green. The garden makes a very pretty scene. Tall bushes all start to unfold and introduce the sun's morning serene gold. Children, this poem is written by Sanchit Saluja. Sanchit Saluja is the poet of this poem. Sanchit Saluja is a budding poet who likes to express his thoughts and ideas through simple and interesting rhymes. The poem The Coming of Spring is about the spring season. The whole year can broadly be divided under 6 seasons: winter, spring, summer, monsoon, autumn and pre-winter. In this poem, poet is expressing his joy at the arrival of spring season. Let's look at the first line of the poem. How do I know that spring is here? In the first line, the poet is asking us, how would we know that spring has arrived? The second line is, because the world is full of happiness and cheer. In second line, the poet is answering the same question that we will be able to understand the arrival of spring, when we experience happiness, joy all over. The third line, the beautiful roses, lilies and daffodils. In the third line, poet says, flowers like roses, lilies, daffodils and many such flowers bloom in the season of spring, which could be seen in the garden. The fourth line, peep out of everyone's window sills. In the fourth line, the poet speaks about his imagination that when the flowering plant kept on windowsill, it has a tendency to come towards the light, which he called it as peeping out. The poet also says that everyone loves to keep such flowering plants in the houses or garden and gaze at them. And the fifth line is, the grass starts getting soft and green. In the fifth line, the poet describes about the grass that had become dried, yellow and harsh in winter and turns tender, soft and green again. The sixth line is, the garden makes a very pretty scene. With the sixth line, the poet explains that due to the flowers bloom and soft green grass, the garden becomes too lovely to watch. It gives a soothing feel to our vision, which gives us the feeling of happiness. Seventh line, tall bushes all start to unfold. The poet here expressing that how the bushes and trees get shrunk by shedding their leaves in winter, and on the arrival of spring season the bushes and the trees start regaining its young leaves. They are now blooming and growing. The last line is, and introduce the sun's morning serene gold. In the last line, the poet says that when the sun rises in the morning, the golden light of the sun looks very calm and beautiful and attracts the flowers towards it. In the whole poem, the poet is expressing his joy and happiness at the arrival of spring. Children, read the poem 2 to 3 times and try to understand every line with the help of this video. If you have any doubt, please clear your doubt in our next doubt clearing classes. Okay, thank you.